Alright, this will be just a video about how to use a mesh library real quick. So right now I have the labeled library large, so you'll notice I have the actual names of all the stuff here. Some of them incorrect, like this yellow is not yellow. Yellow is the sum block. That's named after the yellow material erroneously. So, to make a mesh lib, make a grid map, first you just want to click on the grid map or make one in here by just searching up grid map and making one and then equipping it with mesh lib. If you do that, be sure to reset the size of the cell, which will be under a collapsible, to 111, and then you should be good to go with a mesh lib and the size. Now, once you have this selected, you can place them down with left click and you can vacuum them all up with right click. And once I have some other ones down, I can also pipette by pressing Control and click. So Control and click, left click that is, will get you a block of whatever one you have highlighted in the thing, and then you can start painting with them. Control and right click just deletes by normal, by the way. Selections. So I can select an entire group like this and Control F to fill it with whatever's in my thing. I can press delete. I can make a selection like that and rotate it and move it around, and I could have also copied it instead of cutting it. You might have been asking, how did I increase that selection? So you start a selection with a shift drag, and while holding down shift, you can press E to make it go upwards or Q to make it go downwards. While I have some stuff selected, I can also rotate it. So A, S, and D are going to be my different rotation keys. S is going to rotate it along the y-axis, so the axis going up and down. And as you can see, it's going back and forth here. A is going to reflect it around the x-axis, and as you can see, it's going around the red line here. And D is going to reflect it along the z-axis. So most of the time, you're just going to want to use S if you're going to rotate it at all. Now, if I don't always want to edit on the ground plane, well, first of all, Q and E also work to increase my ground plane when I don't have a selection made. Shift and the mouse wheel also works, and that can be much faster and less agonizing. And I can also switch which plane I'm working on. Z will switch it so that I'm working on the Z plane. So this is the plane, on the X plane. And C will make it so I'm working on the Z plane, the plane that goes up and down in the Z direction. If I want to get back to my good old Y plane, that's the X button. So Z, X, C, and ASD are my rotations. The 6 of those are right close to each other. Now, let's see, what else am I forgetting? You are taking a selection, and maybe you've decided I actually want to move it somewhere behind the camera. Shift F will enter free look mode. This is the same as holding down right click and moving with the arrow keys, except that I don't need to hold down right click while I'm happening. Alright, so now I have it here. I'll have to press Shift F again to get out of this mode, and now I can place this down here. So that's how you would move and manipulate a selection while you still have something selected. And that can make it a lot easier to copy and paste and manipulate some stuff. While you have right click or Shift F selected, by the way, you can move the mouse wheel. Do you see that bar on the left there? That is how fast I can move. So if I take that right down, I can make very precise movements and get very close to something, and if I'm far away, I can turn it right up. And of course, pressing Shift will sprint as normal. While you are in free look, Q and E are also your up and down, by the way. That's your relative up and down, so if I'm facing the ground, E will move me, towards the up of the viewport rather than the OSD up of the y-axis. Okay, let's see. I think I have covered everything that you need to know about grid maps. Let's just go through this list. Here is a list where you can just look through all these things and see all the shortcuts if you forget what QE or ZXC or ASD are. By the way, you can also cursor back rotate by holding Shift and the rotate key, and you can clear the rotation by pressing W. So you can get it back to what it used to be. And bam. There's also some settings here, but that's only pick distance. You'll never need to modify that. You can't even see 5,000 blocks away. Oh, one quick thing. If you wish to be making yourself a, If you wish to be making yourself pipes, the way that you typically do that is by going over here and making a new grid map and setting its size to 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. As you see, I now have a really tiny grid map that entire room that used to contain all this now doesn't even reach up to the top of these stairs. And so these fourth quarter scale columns are, well, that's how you would build your pipes. So that's everything about grid maps right quick.